Now, why didn't you come with us to the Orion Sun concert? Tell me that.
I'm not a big fan of Orion Song.
I couldn't say I was a fan. I became a fan.
That's why you got.
First of all, no one gave the notification. Y'all act like, yo, Rob, we all planning to do this. Like, nah, y'all figured it out on y'all own.
I ain't figure out shit. I just talked to my niggas.
Facts.
My fault.
Like, I ain't here for you.
I
that
ain't know
whole
about that
day.
shit.
I'm just gonna
Crazy.
I don't know how much I would enjoy it though. It would probably been cool.
I think it was really cool for me going in kind of blind. Like I'm not familiar with her music.
You know what's mad funny?
Like, what?
For someone who wasn't familiar with her music, he was bestied up by the end of that shit.
It's because I was after the show.
I mean, you can't speak to someone and just get a gist of who they are as a person.
Nah,
and
you
interact
had
with
the
them.
you had the
you was taking
photo
the
where like
back-to-back
y'all
joint.
feet touching.
but that's after the show.
That's because we was talking. It's like, yo, she's a cool person.
And the music was gas, bro. You had to be there, bro.
I'm sure.
She was fire.
bestied up.
He looked bestied
Bestied
up.
up.
You look like you knew all of her discography.
Nah.
That
Not
shit
at all.
that shit was
Not
fun,
at
bro.
all.
You got to pull up, bro.
Hey man, what day was that?
Monday.
Monday?
Was it
I was
Monday?
preparing for the revolution. So I'm sorry about that. You
But
feel
he
me?
didn't pull up to the fucking
mind was on-
the election viewing party either on Tuesday.
I was supposed to.
I'm mad.
It was my grandmother's birthday dinner. No bullshit. I
Pulled
found
up
out
to
that
the
day.
what?
We
gonna
did like
watch
a
the
viewing
election.
at Hibernian Hall, the election.
I'm kind of glad I did it because it would have been mad crazy to been like mad energized. Like, yo, you got, like, I literally texted the group chat that day, like, y'all ready for the first black woman president? Shit aged terribly. I had a tweet that was like,
Better delete
yo,
that.
contrary to to what the polls is saying, Kamala is
The polls are
washing.
right.
I thought she
The
was
polls are right.
washing him. That's why I can't come on this podcast today and try to act like she did something wrong with her campaign. Cause and I'm now
Okay, so from the
looking
other way
back, we
around.
can definitely see what went wrong,
For
but
sure.
I'm not about to act like it was mad obvious. The whole time I'm thinking like, hey, this is
I
a
think there's certain
fantastic
parts of it
campaign.
that were obvious. I think a lot of times me and Nate would point it out. If you're talking about, for example, her
Enough though to lose though.
to lose, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to say because
Okay.
now we know that. You feel me? That's just niggas didn't
feel
have that hindsight. But from the jump, I think niggas been saying like, yo, like she don't seem like the most genuine person.
Yeah.
Like she kind of seems a
She
little
is.
detached from people. Like I don't really know
Yeah. We was talking about
who
that shit in
she
the
is.
chat, like, the
I don't
weeks
really know
leading
who
up
she
to
is
it.
as a person to really be appearing as.
She
I
don't
feel
know how
like-
to answer questions, bro. They be asking her a yes or no question, and she'll be like, "What did she say that one when they was like they asked her a question about fucking like some policy or whatever? She was like, I'm just gonna do what the law says or some shit like that. I'm like,
I
nigga,
remember
you don't
sending that
answer
video.
the
I don't know.
fucking question.
I do remember sending that video. It was just like,
what?
what is she getting
The
at?
thing
Answer
is,
the
I can't
questions,
say
bro.
she's like all the way not authentic because I feel you. It gives you similar
I
vibes.
didn't say inauthentic, just more so not the most.
Trustworthy.
I wouldn't even
She
say
doesn't
that either
give-
because
she
I don't
doesn't
know
give
her
me
to
an-
say she's trustworthy.
Nigga, what? She
You
don't
know,
give she don't give
like-
very much of herself up.
That's
This is
my
true.
thing. Because the thing
This
is,
is
she
true.
does. There's tiny pockets of moments where you're like, oh, that feel like like she feels like she's being real and authentic.
Yeah.
It feels like when you catch the black dude on Get Out when you hit him with a flash cam
But
real
my
quick,
opinion-
and then like the real version comes out,
Those
but then they
moments
come
weren't-
back to being
those moments weren't
submerged.
good moments. It's either her like scolding somebody. It's like, oh,
Nah,
okay.
what she
It's
say
like, where's
to-
that coming from?
You remember that conversation she was having with Charlemagne on the phone?
No.
No.
I don't know.
Oh,
She
he's
had a
talking
little.
with the little voice.
She had a
or
little
whatever.
tone. You feel? I was like, oh, that's a black woman.
That doesn't
right there.
appeal to me. I didn't even watch it.
That's
She
the
pulled
shit-
up to
that's
the
what you walked
church. She was
away
wearing a
from that.
dress.
That's what I walked in.
She was wearing
I was like,
a
oh, shit,
dress.
tell me more. Tell me more, VP. Nah,
Just like that.
I'm
Tell
joking.
me more, VP. She was wearing a dress to like the black church and shit.
Yeah,
It'd be shit like
she
where I feel
definitely
like
was
she
code
understands-
switching dependent on the audience, and that's my real. I guess that would be the real underlying issue is that what I can leave and take away with like Trump winning is that I think it might be a more successful game plan to like really stand on like a few things and be all or
Well-
nothing. Like, yo, this is the pocket I'm standing
I
on.
think it's more
And you
so-
with me or against me versus trying to cater to everybody
I hear
and
that.
over cater where it's like, wait, are you
Well,
pro-Israel? Are you pro-Palestine?
I
Because
don't-
you say this to this type of audience, but you say the whole different other thing to this type of audience.
I don't think that she switched up at all.
Nah, I was seeing like reports where there were certain advertisements in Michigan that were leaning toward a little more
Pro-Palestinian.
pro-Palestine.
No, for sure, but she never said those words, and I think that's what I mean. Is that like she didn't explicitly state her like stance outside of that she wants to continue funding Israel.
Which is also a problem.
You feel me? And I don't think that that's like she's not gonna do it. I don't think that played too much of a role in like her losing though. I gotta be honest with you.
You don't think
I gotta be honest with you. I genuinely don't.
the lack of connection that
No.
people might
I
have
think
felt
that
toward
definitely
it.
plays a part.
I
That
think
definitely plays a
it
part,
does
yo.
a little
It
bit.
plays a
I
role.
think you could look
I didn't
at-
say it didn't play.
you could
I
look
don't
at
think it
so
plays
many
that big of a
people-
role,
You
bro.
can look
I
at
feel
so
like it
many
plays a
people,
very
so
small
many
part.
people in
Well,
history.
I don't
that
think there's
mattered
just a
that
couple
much.
things. I think there's a whole.
I think what mattered more is that Trump just did a better job than her when it came to like appealing to the sentiments of the people that are gonna vote.
When it comes down to it, economy, people care about.
I mean, he just
what,
made real stances.
That's what I'm saying.
He stood on shit
And he also
that
and
he
also,
believes in.
and-
You feel- that he believes
I don't.
in.
I don't.
I don't
think
know,
he
but
even believes
I
in
don't
the
think
shit
that's
he
true.
was
But I
saying.
think
so?
no,
No.
I think that he spoke to specific demographics of people, and that means that he had to tear people down in the process to get there, and people love that. I think that when you think about white men in this country, you feel me, and white women as well, white men are like afraid of becoming like the minority, the global minority, and other people doing shit to them. So he was like, "Yo, if you want, we're gonna ban abortion." You feel me? Like, and standing on it and saying like, "That's what we're gonna do, policy wise.
You don't think-
we're gonna make sure that we can like we're
I
gonna
don't
get
even
the
think
right."
his
But you don't
stance
think when
was
he's
banning
speaking on-
abortion. It was
It wasn't-
leaving it up to.
But you
That's
don't
what I'm
think
saying.
you don't think when he's
But
speaking
then
on
when you see the
Israel, he's
commercials,
actually
like, you
standing on
see
that
it's
shit?
like-
words, yeah.
Trump against abortion type shit. So there's
That's what I'm saying.
that.
You don't think the Israel situation he's standing on that? Talking about, yo, I'm gonna get the job done. I'm gonna give them all the money that they want to get that shit done.
I think both of them are standing on. That's why I'm saying it doesn't really matter.
I think
to
with
me.
her, she wasn't really
'Cause, like,
standing on
'cause
anything. She
'cause
just
let me
wasn't
say this.
saying anything.
Let me say this, and this is my personal stance on why I feel like that did not impact the votes, right?
I'm not saying it's impacting the votes.
I
It's
think
more so
that it-
that I do think
I
there's a
think
lot
that
of
it
things he's
impacts the way
standing on.
people see her, and I think that it impacts like a very small like voter majority. The majority of people who care about that issue, they're not going to be in the states that matter when it comes to that issue, and the people that are going to vote, they're going to vote for her regardless, or they're going to vote against Trump regardless,
Yes.
because that's just how they feel.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like when that shit that I posted in the chat when they was talking about Michigan, and it was like, how could it be that like this congresswoman won in this area, but like she didn't win in that state? Be like she won in the area that the congresswoman represents. Y'all niggas are fucking dumb. You're fucking delusional. You're not understanding it. It's not that like the state is a big place. You know what I mean? It's like what do you think this is? These are huge like bodies of land, and there are lots of people that live there, and the people that vote for that congresswoman or that representative also voted for Kamala. So what you're saying makes no sense. So I don't think that it made that much of a difference. I don't think that it made a difference. I think that what mattered more was that she didn't make any clear and direct stances on shit that actually impacts people's day-to-day lives.
Well, she did have a lot of messaging of she's gonna bring the middle class. You know, she's gonna support the middle class. She's gonna bring them up. But
That's what's up. Too bad most of the fucking middle class are white and they don't give a fuck.
And I think too,
She didn't speak not one bit to the sentiment of white men. Not one.
that is
not
true.
one.
Going for every
That's
minority
stupid.
group, but not especially young white men as well.
Exactly. And young black men as well. Like just young men,
Yeah.
period.
Nah, she kind of she
spoke to
she
the
hit
young black men,
audible
but
with the young black men late in the
that
late
young
in the
black
game.
men shit, that's not valid though. That was stereotyping. I ain't like that. But
She
like,
didn't she have like there was
That
like
child support shit was
there
crazy.
was like a
the
weed
balloon
campaign.
shit, right?
The weed campaign,
Oh, I
that
think
was
talking
out.
about the balloon shit.
the child support shit was crazy though. I'm not
Oh
gonna
yeah,
hold
the
you.
pop the balloon.
Like,
Yeah,
that shit was just like, what the fuck?
That shit was crazy. But like when you think of, like I said, young white men and young men in general, niggas are afraid they're not gonna be able to provide for their families. You know what I'm saying? Niggas are afraid that they're not gonna be able to live up to the expectations that people have of them as men in this economy. So I'm saying she didn't speak to that one time. She's making too many general statements. Talk to them niggas right there. Talk to fucking Billy West from Billy West is crazy. That's the voice actor for Pride. Shout out Pride. Shout out my nigga Billy West. Shout out to all the fucking people that voted for Kamala and shout out to all the people that voted for Trump as well. Just do your civic duty. No bullshit. I will say this though. You voted for Trump, me and you gonna have a problem.
At
At least you did what you had to do. Me and you have a problem.
I think what it really comes to simplify it, there's a whole bunch of reasons. There's obviously
Arab niggas
I
is
think
voting
there's
for Trump, too.
underlining reasons of just like I don't think people are ready to ultimately see a woman, but I think that plays a smaller role.
Really?
It plays a role, but I think when it comes down to it, people say
if I
they
agree
care
with
about.
that,
Hold
bro.
on, let me just get to that. People
It's
say
like-
they care about all these things about the greater good of people's reproduction rights, people's safety, and all that. When it comes down to when they really step into that polling booth and they make a decision, they're making it. Everybody taps back into their inherent selfishness that we all have as human beings to just care about, yo, what is good for me.
Cap.
And I think a lot of people voted on what they
Or maybe
believe
not
the
cap.
economy would look like, what money in their pockets.
I don't think it's cap because I think people in
I think
general-
that really
I think
that's
people in
what it
general
falls
are
back on.
very,
I wouldn't say cap,
very reactive.
but I will say that that's why a lot of niggas didn't vote.
That was a big thing. There was a lot of turnout.
A lot of niggas didn't
for
vote.
There was less turnout for Kamala than there was for
I also
Biden.
don't know if it's about her being a woman. Did Hillary Clinton not win the popular vote when she was
She
running?
did. She did.
So I don't think it's
That's
an
why I
issue
said
of
I don't
it
think it's
being
as big as
woman.
an issue. You can't ignore it. You can't ignore
For
that.
sure, but I don't think that's
Hillary was a white woman though.
I hear you.
I'm just throwing that out there.
I hear you. And she was a
Cool.
Clinton on top of that. I
Type
think she's a
shit.
familiar
Familiar
name. I
name,
think that's
yeah.
also an issue of it too, where it's like
Yeah.
all this happened so quickly. I don't
Yeah.
think people had the chance to really even grow any type of attachment to her.
Well, they didn't
Like
even
that,
pick her.
like you feel me? This
she,
is true.
You know, the
This is true.
Democrats skipped the whole process of having a primary, and they kind of like forced her. And I'm not mad about it. We were having this conversation back then, like, yo, how many other options do you have? Like, this has been somebody whose face we kind of seen in the last 4 years, just her being VP type shit. But who was gonna get all that money?
We did it, Joe, and for a while, I ain't never heard nothing else from her.
I very much feel you on that. But who else? We were talking about all that campaign money that was on the line and that was tied to Biden, and it only made sense for her. It did seem like the most obvious choice. So that's why I can't come back here and be like, he should have had a primary or whatever. Huh?
I feel like Biden would have won. No cap.
Isn't that crazy when you look back at it to think like, damn, if we rolled Biden's old ass onto that platform.
Bro, the way he cooking right now, bro, whatever pills they gave that nigga, he's up.
No, he's different now.
I feel like they should have gave him them pills earlier, bro. It's the nitrous.
That nigga moving different right now. No bullshit. That nigga had a little pep to his step. I was like, yo, that's not the same nigga.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. I just feel like at the end of the day, what it comes down to is this. We live in America, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Americans are generally, we're people that go with, not that, I wouldn't call it like the status quo, but we go with the shit that we like is popular at the time. You feel me? Like when we think about Trump, like he represents like everything that's like wrong with the country, maybe, but also the shit that's like very popular right now. It's that like hostility, you feel me? It's like tearing down other people in order to like get yourself up. You feel me? Not looking back, looking the other way, caring about your own self-interest and not caring about others. You feel me? Like that's the shit. You feel me? That like that's where people are at right now. You feel me? And it's unfortunate to say, but like, I seen it in real time, bro.
Like I was saying, I think people in general are just very reactive. And if they're seeing shit right now and the country isn't necessarily going in their favor, they're not happy with the prices of things, they feel like they can't get a home and all these different issues, they're like, something needs to switch up. You gotta do something.
It's kind of like when you fire the coach of the basketball, like the underperforming team, and it's like the coach wasn't even the issue. Like you guys just suck.
I still don't understand why the Bucks fired that coach. They had a winning
Nate
record.
McMillan? Was it Nate McMillan?
I don't remember.
They fired Jason Kidd back in the day too. When
I'm
he
not
was
worried about him though. I'm worried about the most recent coach.
Saying that's what they do though. They fired Jason Kidd too, and he's the nigga that developed Giannis into a fucking beast.
So not like,
and he was doing the same shit with Jabari Parker, and then they fucking cut him the next season.
Completely basketball, but in the sense of like when like results aren't immediately being made, the first thing is like, yo, take the coach out. And it's like, it might not even been that. But again, she was attached to Biden.
Basketball whole
her being the vice president for the last 4 years. And a lot of people might say like, yo, you could have done something, but you didn't. And
I think it's even the bigger point too of like, what would you do differently?
What would you differently? And what did she say?
Not having any answer for that.
She said, I wouldn't have done nothing differently.
Because bro, she
didn't separate herself.
That's already bad. That's
old
bad.
ass nigga under the bus, bro.
She wasn't politicking.
You don't gotta
enough.
throw him under the bus, but separate yourself. Separate yourself. Show your personality.
How unpopular he was becoming the polls, then you know the direct like how the sentiment is. The American people's sentiment toward Biden, yo, it's like, yo, even if it's not true, because the thing is, whoever became president after the pandemic was gonna feel the cost of inflation, but you can't just print that much money and come from a time where a lot of people were unemployed,
economics,
and jump back in and think like shit was gonna be sweet. Like we're gonna have to.
It's true.
We're gonna have to fix this.
Yeah. Hey man, what's done is done. You feel me? I'm just more so concerned like, all right, what does these next 4 years look like? Like, where does it go from here? Right?
I would like to think get your shit off.
This presidency coming up with Trump is going to be completely different from the first time around.
You feel
me? Yeah. I don't think there's going to be as many barriers.
The Olympics going to be here, right?
There's not going to be as many World Cup or the Olympics.
The Olympics.
I don't know, but
in LA.
World Cup's 28.
But where am I going with this, right? There's not going to be as many barriers that Trump experienced the first presidency like this upcoming one. You feel me? The Congress is now a little more pro-MAGA, you feel me, with all these Republicans who are more, you know, engaging with Trump and what he wants to push out. You got the Supreme Court now, which is predominantly Republican and conservative.
Type shit.
You got Trump even trying to put into like place these policies where he's removing like the neutral parties who would kind of help pass certain laws. You feel me? So if you take all those fucking safeguards, those barriers away, this nigga could do whatever he wants.
And combine it with the fact that he doesn't have to worry about another term.
Exactly. That part, exactly. Every presidency the second time around, if you get elected the second time, you're a lot more aggressive. Because you're like, I'm not trying to get reelected. I'm doing anything I want to do. So from this point on, it's like, okay, if we're talking about like the terrorists in that situation, right? How's that going to affect the people?
poorly.
Higher
You feel me?
costs
Like,
for
like everything is gonna go up.
Buy that TV
Nigga, get all
today.
your goods
And I don't even
now.
understand. I don't even understand what is his. Why is he so committed to the idea? Like, what is his angle with that?
See, the thing is,
Because people are dumb.
we didn't market well enough.
You gotta
bro.
remember.
If we had told people that their Temu and Shein prices would skyrocket through the roof, they would have showed up. They
No
would have showed
bullshit.
up.
No, but I'm seriously asking.
That's a fact.
Why is he so pro terrorist?
No, I'm telling you because that's what people want. People are dumb.
Why?
Because they're dumb. They're stupid.
No, they can
No,
be dumb.
no.
I don't like to speak. I don't like to call people just dumb.
because you don't like it.
I just want to
But
understand
he's not
where
admitting
they
it.
coming
we
from.
do have to go-
Where are they coming
I
from?
want to
with
circle
it?
back on the
There's-
whole. These
they're
people
not
I just
are
want to
dumb
understand
thing.
the logic to then be like, okay, I can see why I don't acknowledge
Because you
where
gotta
they're coming
remember,
from.
like,
They think
tariffs
that
have to do
passing
it-
the cost
it has to do
on
with
to
foreign policy.
foreign countries
So to
isn't
them,
going to turn around and just make
Do
things
they
more
not
expensive.
know how much America import shit?
No. They might even you could tell them if you want. They're not gonna get it because they're dumb.
Okay.
I've come to that conclusion. I'm done. I'm cool off of it because I understand. There's some places I'm just not trying to engage with y'all. Y'all are dumb.
No.
I'm smarter
The
than
thing
you.
is, we
my
actually
vote should count
we
more
actually,
than yours.
We actually have to. That's the rhetoric
I'm good.
that got Trump into
I'm
office.
good with them
No,
niggas,
I want
bro.
you to know that.
I'm good with them
No,
niggas.
hear me out, right?
I'm so good.
I'm not saying I agree, but this is what I'm hearing from people who voted or people who wanted
good with
Trump
those
or whatever.
niggas.
There's a lot of people who feel alienated from the Democratic Party
good.
because the Democrats, of course, like most of us in these metropolitan cities and urban,
Big
like
cities, yeah.
major cities and everything like that. We work office jobs. We don't work with our hands most often, whatever the case is. Like, and the branding on these red states or middle America is like, yo, they're too stupid. They're dumb. They're
Oh no,
uneducated.
I'm not saying that. It's all of them.
I
The
know.
ones that agree with that, the only explanation is that they're dumb.
I'm not saying you're
At this point, the information is too
Your
well it's
specific-
too out there.
it's not
feel
your
you.
specific comments, but that rhetoric, I think, makes it easy for them to side with Trump because Trump is looking at them with open arms, even if they don't
I mean, I
realize
think-
that
but
he's
he's
not
also-
for them.
But he does.
Versus, like, what
He's
did
also
Hillary
the
say?
same
What did
side.
Hillary say about Trump supporters?
I don't recall.
Deplorables and stuff.
I
They
don't
call
recall.
it
deplorables.
deplorable.
I think that same point
A
can
lot
even
of
be
That
them
type
made.
of rhetoric
I
is
think
like
that same
a
point can
straight
even
middle
be
finger
made.
to that whole population. We need that
I mean,
population, bro.
But that population
same
is
point-
not all make America great again people.
Exactly. They could be just regular working people, but they hear like,
Understand
oh, we're not
this.
uneducated. And those casual people will go vote for Trump.
And that's great. If they take it that way, then that's fine. That's okay. That just means that the party has to shift the way that they talk about it. Fuck with that going. Fuck what you got going
I'll
on.
say the same thing
Nigga,
about the
Are
Democrats.
you smarter than them? Yes
But
or
that's
no?
the problem with the Democrats. I think they're way
fuck
too
Democrats.
committed to the idea of like,
Yo.
Are you
the
though?
college educated person.
Guess
You
what?
smarter
Guess
than
what?
them
Guess
niggas,
what?
bro.
Even if that's true,
It is.
you don't need to be
It doesn't
smart to
matter.
vote, nigga.
It doesn't matter.
You
I'm
don't
ahead.
need
It
to be
doesn't
smart
matter.
to
I'm
vote.
ahead.
So that's why we should not be
doesn't
separating
matter.
barriers and creating division by education level and
Niggas is talking
intelligence.
about niggas is still stuck on the idea that fucking there. And this
We
is,
gotta have some dumb people on our team. We need
but
more.
the crazy part, I'm
Come
telling you, bro, there's plenty. Don't make
This
there's
ain't
plenty.
dumb, bro. They just live a different
Uneducated.
lifestyle.
No. Some niggas are very, you feel me?
They don't
Shit
got
for
a lot
brains,
going
I
on
bro.
don't know. I
over
try
there.
to always look at it
Pure
from
shit
the
for
perspective
brains,
of
bro.
like,
It's not good.
there's some barrier of accessibility to resources.
There
to
are
get
dumb
you
people
to
on the
be
Democratic Party too.
knowledge.
And Kamala was talking about,
You
yeah,
know,
bro, I
like-
fuck with fracking and I want to make sure that they have it in this. That's stupid as
Yeah,
fuck.
that
That's
shit
horrible for
did
the
never make
environment. And them
sense. That
niggas
shit
know
never
that. And
made
they're like,
sense.
oh, that sounds good. Yeah.
That
I
shit
fuck with
never
it.
made
So
sense.
don't get me
Bullshit.
wrong.
No
There's some
bullshit.
stupid people on the blue side too. There's some niggas, there's some idiots.
So
You know what I
going
mean?
back to Yves' point about what do these next 4 years look like, I
Gotta
understand.
lock in.
I do
Lean forward,
completely understand the fear that people have that like this Project 2025 could come true. This majority Republican Senate and House of Republicans, the bias that the Supreme Court has, that whole
Yo, that's just
combination
so
of
crazy.
things, you really
This
would
nigga about to
think
go
like, yo,
crazy.
the next 4 years, we might not recognize the country that we're headed in.
Perhaps.
A part of me also wants to believe that the Trump I know is
Trump
way
you know.
more talk than
Trump,
what,
you know.
the Trump that we all know.
Don't do that.
Is
I
one
don't know Trump, my
Don't
nigga.
do
Hold
that.
on.
Bro, I
Bro,
know.
listen to the things
He
I'm
would
saying,
not
bro.
lead us
Listen,
too far
listen to what I'm
astray.
saying.
This
Trump
the Trump of
talks.
your dreams, nigga. We
No.
ain't forget, nigga.
Bro, relax, bro.
You was on the plane with that,
I'm
nigga.
trying to have a real
The nigga
conversation
he-
with you,
the
bro.
nigga he dapped up, or the nigga that he see, he was having.
Trump says he's going to
he
do a
was
lot
on
of
his
things
adventure
and
with.
doesn't usually get those things done.
Because prior,
Hold on. I'm just
again,
saying. I'm
there
just
was a
saying.
barrier
Let
to
him
let
get
that
his
shit
shit off.
happen.
Let him get his shit off, though. Let him get his
Nah.
shit off.
I understand all the aspects that could like help him to pass all the things that he's been
But the Trump
speaking
you
on.
know is more talk.
I would like to think I'm optimistic. I would like to have some type of optimism that now that we're in this situation, that those things don't actually come into fruition.
Today is November 11th, 2024. Come back to this video in 3 years.
I would not be
11.
surprised
We'll
either.
come back to this video in 3 years.
You
and
acting
see
like I'm
what
saying
really-
I'm surprised either.
It's
I wouldn't be
11,
surprised at
11.
all.
That's crazy.
No.
If he
I'm
gets
just
the
saying,
stuff that
we'll
he
see
wants
what
done.
happens. We'll see
Yo.
what happens in regards to that.
But hold
for
on.
sure.
Because I'm not as optimistic about it.
I hear you.
You
It's
feel me?
11,
Even with
11.
the issue of immigration, all the migrants and stuff like that, right?
What's up?
With the route that he wants to take it, where on day one we're getting them out of here.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
That's all going to be funding that's being put towards law enforcement to employ that and to make it happen.
Yeah, I really hope that doesn't happen. God
That's-
damn.
He's still
What is
black at the
stopping
end
him
of
from
the day.
doing it? What is stopping him from doing it?
Bro, you.
We got a riot.
Nigga, I don't got
bullshit.
that power.
Nah, we gotta
Nigga,
ride,
I don't
bro.
got
We
no
gotta-
power, nigga.
Bro, it's me, bro.
We gotta
all
have
got
our
the
own
power, bro.
January 6th for the. We
Right.
gotta protect our undocumented immigrants.
That's a fact, bro. We all got to utilize our privilege to protect
Like
those
they're
that
about
don't
to
have
pass
it.
so
bro.
many policies to be in favor of the police to make sure they're untouchable, my nigga. This shit is it's not gonna be good times, bro.
So, on the other hand, right? I'll say this. This is what I really took away when I had some time to sit with my own thoughts and really like ask myself what I really think about this whole situation. I'll say this. I voted for Kamala. I wanted Kamala to win. I was very disappointed and disheartened and angry.
He was on the Breakfast Club wave.
But
Them niggas might have had you fooled, bro.
no.
Why'd you think she was gonna win?
For a number of reasons. I just didn't think that people were gonna like with all the things that happened to Trump. I know he's like
You wasn't
Teflon
watching the
Don
Breakfast
when it
Club?
comes to all the things that, bro. I
You
listen
wasn't
to
hearing all those niggas
bunch of
calling
resource-
almost daily
sources.
talking about, I don't know, I don't really like Kamala. I don't really trust her.
I hear
every
you, bro.
day.
I hear you, bro.
For like 2 months.
I thought common sense would prevail. I'm sorry, but what I will say though, at the end of the day, it might be a good thing. It's crazy day. Might be a good thing that Kamala lost. It's not a good thing that she lost because it means that Trump won, and that's very dangerous in
I
itself.
think it-
But
it
if
tells the
Kamala
Democratic
wins,
Party,
though, nothing gets done.
for sure.
That's just a fact.
That's a wake up call for the Democratic Party.
That's a fact that
They
like,
need it.
if Kamala wins, she still has to go. She still has to work with majority Republican
It's true.
House and Senate. Like nothing that she wanted to get
That's
passed
better than
was
this,
going to
though.
get passed. I understand, but
be
then we
fair.
would have been stuck in the same cat and mouse race that chase that we've been doing this whole
Yeah,
time.
but then
Where we
there's
just
a
blame
likelihood-
each other, like, oh, nothing
I
happened
feel
because
you.
of the Republicans, nothing
I
happened
feel
because of
you.
the Democrats. Now, wait, hold on, let me just get this off, and then I'll let y'all cook. Now, in a sense, obviously, very regrettable if all the things he says he wants to have happen does happen. But if they fuck up, there's no one to blame but themselves. And I hope that's an eye-opening
Sure.
thing. Like, yo, we gave Republicans the reins. The popular majority spoke. This is what they wanted. I bet. At that point, it's like, as a black man, yo, I had nothing to do with this. This is what y'all wanted. Boom. But I also know that is a privileged position to take because I know a lot of that stuff might not affect
Sure.
me as largely as
True.
it will women, as it will undocumented immigrants. Those are the people my hearts are out for because they will be impacted the most if he actually moves forward with the
And
things
That
he's
shit
saying.
gonna impact. You don't got family members who ain't stamped.
No.
Really?
I don't think you got to
And I
say it on
wouldn't come on
camera.
this
I was
public
gonna say,
I
he
mean, you
can't
got to say it on
that
camera,
either.
but
But
you know
no,
what I mean?
no.
I'm just putting that point out
Not
there.
immediate family for sure.
I hear you.
No.
You said too much.
I hear you.
No, I'm just saying like
They
the
about to
people,
track this nigga
like I
lineage.
can't I don't know about that cousin.
but-
I don't know about him. You
but-
feel me?
But I feel you though.
To your point, I still
Scary
would have
world.
preferred a 4-year mediocre presidency rather than this, because who's to say after that 4 years, Trump most likely would be ineligible to run for presidency after that.
But do you
feel me?
think,
either he dies, he's
another
too old, you
mediocre
feel me? Like,
Buckle
Democratic
down.
presidency would create even more like? Don't you think it would
I
all
don't
like
think so.
build up
'Cause
until they finally got the
figurehead of
moment
it-
that they
the
wanted?
figurehead of it, like I said, he either will die or just be too old to be as front facing as he has been.
I hear you.
I don't think this movement has as much power behind it if Trump's
Without
no
him?
longer in the picture.
Yeah, for
be
sure.
honest,
In this
bro.
moment right now, in these next 4 years, he's here. And he's gonna go crazy with it.
I need to see records.
And if
of
he
the-
goes crazy with it, like I said,
don't know where it
we can-
goes from
we,
there.
we can hold.
Because even after he's done,
accountable.
I don't know where it goes from there.
I need to see record of this Big Mac a day that he says he eats.
Is that what he said?
Yeah,
A day?
he's a Big Mac every day. I need to see a record of that.
I'm not
I want
gonna
to.
lie.
I'm hold him to
You
it.
don't look like
No,
it
no, no.
couldn't be true.
Bro, I'm trying to hold him to it. If he's eating a Big Mac every day for the next 4 years, he's
78
gonna
years
die.
old eating a Big Mac
He's gonna
every
die
day?
in between with a Coke. He's gonna die in between now and then. Like I gotta see receipts. If he's really a man of his word, bro, eat that Big Mac every day.
Nah,
bro.
but if he's doing it
At
with
least.
a side of baby blood,
Whoa, yo,
You know how that
I didn't say that,
adrenochrome
bro.
play
I'm
out.
just-
You feel
listen,
me?
I only heard that about.
I'm
like,
just trying to make
Biden
sure you
and
eat your
Clintons. I
Big
ain't hear
Mac,
that
bro.
with
This
him,
nigga
no
talking about some adrenochrome, bro.
Yo, do y'all really say
I don't know nothing
I'm
about
like-
that, bro.
So I don't
All
know.
my family here legally, you feel me? Like, listen, all my people is good. You know what I'm saying? We locked in. We like, feel me? So like, if there's ever anyone that you gonna come for, make sure it's him, right here,
Whoa.
and not me. Like, what are you talking about?
Whoa, what are you trying to
Come
do?
for him and not me.